Okay, so how do we use these deployment networks to their fullest potential? So here on the right, I'm showing more complex topology than you would see in sort of a test bed setup or a pilot setup. So we have more dense connectivity in a deployed network. Hopefully we have multiple users that want to access the network and use it. So along this line, thinking about multi-tenancy. And so to give a concrete example here, let's say we have 3 end nodes here, A, B, and C. So A wants to connect to B, but A also wants to connect to C. This could be a different user that's wanting to use the network as well. But given how the network is set up here, both of those requests will have to inevitably go through this first router or repeater R. So if there are sufficient resources, we're going to need to manage and orchestrate servicing both of these connections simultaneously, right? So thinking about resource usage, resource optimization, so we can support things like multi-tenancy, and we can have multiple users and multiple applications running on at the same time on the network. Thinking about the rate and fidelity trade-off is important as well. So some applications may require very high quality of entanglement, so they need high fidelity entanglement, whereas other applications may require a higher rate of entanglement. So navigating this trade-off and meeting those quality requests for the different users and different applications will have to be done in software. There's this concept of overlay networks where there's supply demand as with every networking service out there. It's unlikely that you're going to have many people using your network at, say, 4 a.m. But maybe at peaks of the day you'll have higher demand. So can a network overlay potentially help out with that in terms of storing extra entanglements to be used later on in those high demand parts of the day? And supporting multiple topologies. So here in this example, I just showed in black and blue different ways to meet those requests, but there are other ways we can choose the routing, right? So supporting multiple topologies gives you the ability to dynamically route and use the resources in the network to support different users and applications. So I'd like to talk a little bit about agility in building out these networks at scale. You want to be agile in the implementation of these networks and the operation of them as well. So being able to test new protocols and applications, and being able to integrate new pieces of hardware and software as the technology matures, so we can use the latest and greatest. So agility is really a key theme here. Also, potentially connecting to other quantum networks and other quantum ecosystems that may be geographically nearby, so you can leverage their quantum resources. You can have business engagement with them to connect to your networks and enable a bigger footprint for your quantum capabilities. So I'd like to end with a little snapshot of all the awesome quantum networking efforts going on in the US and Canada. Of course, this is not comprehensive. There's a lot of academic involvement and also many great efforts going on around the world, especially in Europe and in Asia. But we're seeing a lot of increased traction recently. So in blue here, you can see some existing quantum network testbeds that have been stood up. We're seeing a lot of government agency involvement. And in orange, you can see some of the announced quantum networks that are currently being built. So it's a very, very exciting time to get involved in the space.